Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to GreedFall, where we've actually made progress in the main quest. We've gone to the east and spoken to the governor of the Bridge Alliance. We've gone to the west, spoken to the governor of the, of Ptolemy. And now we can go back. We can go back to Constantine, our cousin, and invite him for bowling. And also tell him that these other governors are working on coming to a cure for the Malachor. I don't remember actually being given any, like the Bridge Alliance seems to be the most onto something. Like, Ptolemy is like, there's this evil group of evil people, and they are the cause of the disease. So, yeah. But first, cousin, it is me, your cousin. Want to go bowling?
Cousin, you have returned to me. Your absence was sorely felt.
You don't appear to be in top form. Are house intrigues keeping you from finding proper sleep?
No, nothing to bring me nightmares as of yet. I'm blaming it on the change of diet. Now, tell me what adventures you've been up to.
Oh, so...
If you only knew how bored I grow behind these walls.
I would like, if you would allow me the honor, to introduce Bishop Petrus, emissary of Ptolemy.
Your Highness, may the light warm you in its holy embrace.
Enchanted to meet you, my father.
I've come here to present respects from Ptolemy, and best wishes from the Mother Cardinal.
She has my most sincere thanks. But before speaking further, I would like to discuss matters with my cousin, if you would be so kind.
All right, let's see. His parents... Now, report the encounters with the governors.
I have been to the neighboring cities, as you asked of me.
Tell me then, was your journey adventurous?
Well, I was able to gain audience with the governors, give them your regards, and glean some information. The Bridge Alliance believes that a remedy could possibly be found by studying the local flora. They are quite motivated, but their research expedition has gone missing, and there is no sign of life. And since they themselves are under constant attack, they cannot spare a rescue party to investigate. The Mother Cardinal, in her opinion, believes the Malachor to be the result of a curse.
A curse cast by a demon, an evil creature worshipped by a cult of island natives. If you would allow me to second the request of our Mother Cardinal, we are in dire need of your help. Our inquisitors are hardly diplomats But I should let you finish, my daughter.
They have started their investigations in a village where strange events have been taking place, but they are unable to get to the bottom of it. The population keeps its secrets, and Ptolemy hopes that we might help them learn more about the cult.
This is all extremely interesting. You have lived up to my expectations, as always. That said, we find ourselves between the rock and the hard place. The bridge is already in open conflict with the island natives. Ptolemy and their inquisitors... We're going to have to tread on eggshells, but let's follow all the clues to their mysteries. We need to help them continue their investigations. Perhaps one will lead us to something useful.
I don't have a lot of men, as well you know, and since I only trust you among them, take Kurt and any others that seem useful. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you.
If you would allow me, Your Highness, I would be honored to assist your cousin on her investigation.
Very well, then. You could start by indicating the precise location of your nasty village.
Of course, Your Highness. I should have thought of that sooner. Allow me to mark the location on your map, my daughter.
Okay, could you stop calling
Have no
me?
fear, Constantine. I will take care of all matters at hand.
Anything else?
Like, I'm not exactly a member of your religion. All right, let's move on.
I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, Constantine.
Look out for yourself.
All right, what are we gonna do next? We got a demonic cult, the missing scholars, and then the Battle of the Red Spears, which was a quest earlier for us. So let us go do... hold on. There's a side quest now. it looks like we can talk to Kurt again about the Ghost Regiment. So let us go to the to my residence next door. Talk to Kurt about this Ghost Regiment. See if we can follow up on that. Follow up on his file request before we go over to the Red Spears thing.
Greenblood, my friend. My contacts have spoken. I was able to discover the location of this infamous Phantom training camp.
Do you still think they should be held accountable?
More than ever. You know that I recruited Rayner. I want to know what kind of hornet's nest I led him into. I want to know what these madmen did. But I fear if I go alone, I might not be able to control myself. And I won't learn anything. I need the help of my best student.
All right, we'll take care of it now.
How can I refuse such a request? Well then, let's go.
All right, we're going to kick out... See, now I know that Siora does actually heal the team as well, so I'm going to keep her on the team and kick out Vasco. But also, like, what was my dialogue even implying? The idea that I would just, you know, ignore the possibility of a secret regiment of my own military conducting various whatevers on their own behalf. Let us go to the campfire of the White Gorges, which is probably right next to the ghost camp that we already passed by. Oh, Petrus, you want to talk?
Ah, my child, I'm happy that you are here. I've had an idea that I wish to present to you.
Please do.
I've known the Mother Cardinal for quite some time. She is a formidable woman, gifted and diplomatically skilled. I fear that your cousin might be a little defenseless when dealing with her, and would like to give him a few weapons.
What do you have in mind?
Diplomacy is not only a matter of formal encounters and choreographed etiquette. If we had the means to action more personal leverage, the Mother Cardinal could not manipulate your cousin.
How could we ever find anything of that sort?
Everyone has nasty little secrets, my child. It's our task to discover Cornelia's.
It is a very good idea. But alas, I have other problems to resolve first.
I understand. Come and find me when you are ready.
You want me to...
I will see you later, Father.
Take care, my child.
You want me to find dirt on your own leader? I mean... I suppose, but... Yep, there it is. Right where I passed by. Yeah, that's the interesting thing about just doing the exploring first and then finding things on accident. Is you will like there's a finite amount of space for these things to be in. Either they're going to be behind a door that's locked that you cannot proceed through and you have to do something to cause that door to be unlocked, or it's there and you simply cannot interact with it. Why, hello, whoever you are. Like, I was just recently playing through Costume Quest, and one of the things that Costume Quest does to kind of, like, rope you in is, like, there's going to be a path that you would have to go on in order to get to a quest moment, and that path is literally usually blocked completely. And then once you unlock the first step of the quest, the thing that was locking the way is now gone. Progress is allowed. Now, the trick is, like, with a world this big, you would have to know that, one, that is a thing that is locked until later, and two, that you have a reason to come back to it. Like, Costume Quest is saved by the fact that it's a very small game. It takes less than a minute to run from, less than half a minute to run from one side of the map to the other. I see these guys don't mind me just kind of like standing directly in front of them. Let's save our game before we get into any confrontations. But the idea of a secret regiment doing secret missions for whoever does not sit well with me. Oh, I can just walk in. I could just walk right in.
I was informed of your arrival by my sentinels, but I didn't think it would be you, Kurt.
Rolf, you're the leader of this camp.
You two know each other.
We train together. We haven't seen each other in a long time. A very long time.
The world of warriors is very small, Kurt. What brings you here, my old comrade? And who are these people with you? They're not one of us?
My name is Desade. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
And I'm Siora Donegad of the Gaiusrad.
These people sure are important. So, what are you doing here?
I've heard things about this place. About this very special camp.
And we wanted to see what it was all about with our own eyes.
That's very nice of you, but visitors aren't welcome in this camp. What goes on here is only the guards' business.
Does the same apply to me?
Listen, Kurt. I can give you and your friends some answers, but only because it's you. Anyway, knowing you as well as I do, I'm aware I'm not going to get rid of you that easily.
Okay.
So, what would you like to know?
Question 1. Who's in charge? What is the camp's purpose?
What is it you do here? And why is this place kept secret, even from your comrades in the guard?
The natives have their magic, and we have to train elites to be able to face them. That's what we're doing here. Our role is sensitive, and our location obviously cannot be revealed to the whole island.
Does this man not realize that I'm a Donegad?
I noticed you're a native, but you're a friend of Kurt's, so I trust you will be discreet.
I see the reason for this kind of training. The Bridge Alliance would be particularly interested in soldiers like these. And yet I've never heard of this elite squadron.
We're still in the early stages of the program. We don't want to rush things, and our leaders demand secrecy. Orders are orders.
But why would you need the secrecy? I mean, that part I don't necessarily understand. Like, if you want to create, like, there are great reasons why you'd want to create, like, to really train specific soldiers, because there are giant monsters here. And I'm pretty sure your regular guard isn't going to do much against the giant monsters that we have fought. But, like, this seems to be going out of its way to be secret.
This is a huge camp for such a secret location. How's it organized?
The main building is reserved for officers and the wounded. The front and rear of the camp are dedicated to combat training. But most exercises take place outside.
Impressive. And how do you manage recruitment?
Only the best come here. Those who have combat experience. Once they arrive, they're separated into 2 squadrons, each led and trained by a lieutenant. But you already know all of this, Kurt. It must bring back memories.
Yes.
All right, what kind of training is received here?
Will you tell us about your training?
That's a sensitive topic. Most exercises take place in the field to get the men used to it. The natives' knowledge of the environment gives them as much of an advantage as their magic. But if you want to know more, you should ask my lieutenant instructors.
All right, let's talk about Raynor.
Actually, we found out about this camp while we were looking for someone.
A kid I recruited. Raynor.
Oh, I didn't know he was one of yours. My condolences. I was told he died in an accident in the harbor.
Don't insult my intelligence, Rolf.
All right. Since you're here, I guess there's no point in lying to you anymore. The accident occurred during a maneuver. It's regrettable that these things happen, you know?
We've taken up enough of your time, Captain.
I agree, and I have things to do.
We have?
I'd like to question your lieutenant instructors, if you don't mind. To ask them about Raina.
You've become a real sap. Fine. But try not to disrupt the day's schedule too much. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, I couldn't contain my anger.
I noticed. Good thing you know this captain so well. I don't think he would have let us investigate otherwise.
I'm not sure it's a good thing, really.
You don't seem to like this man.
Rolf doesn't bring back good memories for me. But let's continue. I want to know what's going on here.
Alright, I guess let's carry on. Just pleasantly observing this. Oh, look at these amazing secret techniques they would not know if it wasn't for this secret camp out in the wilderness. Like push-ups. And boxing. Actually, there's some kicking involved in the boxing. Where did he learn those techniques?
Lieutenant,
Captain.
my friend here would like to learn more about this camp.
At your orders, Captain. Madam?
Tell me about your squadron.
Can you tell us about your squadron?
The recruits who come here are the best. And in my squadron, they get even better. I don't know what else to tell you. They're disciplined, rigorous, and effective. Exactly what you'd expect from the best soldiers.
Alright, what kind of training do you do other than having your soldiers just repeatedly punch and kick each other and do push-ups?
What kind of training takes place in your ranks?
Combat in natural settings. Combat against the savages' magic.
I'm very curious about how you train against the magic the natives use.
Now, these are complex, secret maneuvers. I'm very sorry, but I can't tell you anymore.
That's a pity. It would definitely be instructive.
So basically, you don't do training, you just go on missions, and you call that training.
I heard the recruit Raina trained here. What can you tell me about him?
Oh, he was a good one. He died a little while ago.
So we've heard. Your captain told us he died during a maneuver. Can you tell us more?
The training we do outside can be dangerous. Unfortunately, Raina fell to his death in a ravine.
He fell.
During a simulated ambush. I know, it's not glorious, but it happens. I'd like to get back to work now, if you'll allow it, Captain.
Go on. We're gonna go talk to some of your recruits.
I hope that it won't take too long. We're all very busy here.
We'll be quick, Lieutenant.
The story about training against magic is a lie. This lieutenant has no idea what he's talking about.
So what could they be training recruits for here then?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I don't like it.
And do I have to keep talking to lesser and lesserly employed individuals? Alright, how do I guess I just fall down. Excellent. Tell me about yourself, your stories. What motivates you, secret ghost camp recruit?
Soldier!
Yes, Captain.
At ease. We have some questions for you.
Me? At your orders, Captain.
How's your training, sir?
You look exhausted. Is training that rough here?
It's difficult at first, but you get through it. Taming fatigue. That's the key to it all.
Haven't you ever wanted to stop? You've never doubted your vocation.
I'm not a coward, nor a weakling. The strength of the shadow.
What is that? Your motto?
Our squadron's captain.
Alright. The strength of a shadow. What does that even mean? But tell me about your comrades.
You seem concerned about your comrades. You keep looking at them.
No, not at all.
Are you afraid of what they might think of you?
Absolutely not, Captain. We are all of one mind in this squadron. We are very united.
Alright. Tell me about Rainer then.
Since this is such a close-knit squadron, you must have known Raina.
Yes, of course. But he's not part of the squadron any longer. He left.
Really?
I don't know what you're trying to get me to say, Captain. Raina left the squadron because he was sent on a mission. There's nothing more to say.
Sorry, mate, but that's not what happened.
I don't know anything more.
Thank you. That will be all.
Thank you, madam. Captain.
Good heavens, I feel like a bogeyman.
These recruits are clearly scared to let any information slip.
It's as if their life depended on it.
It probably does. All right. Well, let's go talk to the other lieutenant.
Lieutenant,
Respectfully, Captain.
here is my friend, the legate of the merchant congregation. She would like to ask you a few questions.
At your orders. I'm listening, sires.
All right. Tell me about your squadron.
How do the various squadrons in this camp differ from one another?
The recruits I train are intended to carry out more subtle actions.
Really? What kind?
I teach them how to blend into the background, understand customs, observe, and know when to strike.
That's strange. These skills are normally associated with assassins rather than soldiers.
These skills are always useful, regardless of the enemy or the setting.
All right. What kind of training do you do? Do you just kind of like...
What kind of training do your men undergo?
I can't go into details, but they learn discipline and to outdo themselves.
You mean to blindly follow orders, even to their death?
But No, Captain. We also teach them to analyze situations, so that they know when to act to avoid risking their lives.
All right. How did you get here?
How did you become an instructor in this camp?
I have led numerous squadrons before, and I've trained hundreds of recruits on the continent. I worked with Captain Rolfe in the past, and when I arrived on the island, he recommended me for this position.
That's very impressive. And I expect that you're familiar with the natives' environment and magic.
Yes, of course.
All right. Try to corrupt her to obtain information about Raynor? Okay, I don't know what that means, but let us go.
Kurt, don't you think that someone this talented fits what we're looking for? You see, we need to find someone who can replace Kurt to oversee my cousin's security.
Your cousin is the governor of New Serene, I've heard. It's a prestigious position. I don't doubt my abilities, but an offer like this, made so suddenly, must have a price.
We can't hide anything from you.
We're trying to find out what happened to Raynor, a recruit who trained here.
That name doesn't sound familiar. He must have been in the Shadow Squadron.
The other lieutenant's squadron?
Yes. I'm sorry. Haven't been much use to you. Did something happen to him?
He died. His body was thrown into the harbor to make it look like he drowned.
I guess it was one of your recruits. My condolences, Captain.
We'll question some of your soldiers.
At your orders, but please be quick. I'd like to get on with training.
So that's my big question. If they're a secret regiment and if they're on the up and up, why did they even need to hide the hide Raynor's death? Like, couldn't they just have buried him somewhere? Like, and then listed him off as a casualty, said the natives got him? Like, why all this other stuff?
Soldier!
Captain!
At ease, soldier.
It's like a conspiracy with way too much work and effort put into it.
We'd like to learn more about your training.
I have nothing to say about it, my lady.
Really? Go on, it's not a difficult question. What do you do during training?
Is this a test, Captain?
No, it's not a test. You may speak freely.
Well, training is difficult, but we can't complain, Captain.
That's an interesting way to phrase it.
All right, you've told us absolutely nothing. What about your squadron?
You're very united in this squadron. At least that's what I've been told.
United. You could say that, yes. Until death.
That's rather sinister. Does the name Raynor sound familiar to you?
Yeah. Well, no, not really.
You seem rather hesitant. Afraid of being reprimanded by your lieutenant?
No. Well, not at all. It's just that I can't tell you anything about Recruit Raynor. And we're lucky to have the lieutenant as our instructor, Captain.
We should leave this soldier to his work.
Your name, soldier?
Wilhelm. First class recruit Wilhelm, Spectre Squadron.
Keep it up, Wilhelm.
This recruit, Wilhelm, in spite of himself, led on more than the others.
His resentment is clear. But he won't divulge anything as long as his instructors are nearby.
Okay, so what does that mean? All right, let's talk to this other guy.
Hello, soldier.
Captain?
We need information. Your instructor authorized us to question you.
Of course, madam. I'm listening.
All right, tell me about your training.
How would you describe your training? Do you train outside the camp much?
Yes, we do. Well, not exclusively.
Really? Yet we've been told that your unit specialized in actions over difficult terrain.
Yes, I think so. Well, yes, that's true.
Problems remembering things, soldier?
No, Captain.
All right, tell me about your squadron.
What's it like in your squadron?
Very good. The Phantom Squadron is made up only of the very best.
Do you trust your comrades?
We're like 5 fingers on one hand, madam. I would trust them with my life.
You've sure got the military spirit.
Yes, Captain.
All right, how about accidents?
We've learned that a recruit died in an accident during a maneuver. Does this happen often?
No, of course not. Only to those who aren't strong enough.
That's strange. I was told that this recruit was very talented.
I don't know what to tell you. It's possible. If you don't mind, I'd like to get back to my training.
He seems afraid that an accident might befall him too.
No, it's not that. I just don't want to fall behind schedule.
Very well. Go on.
Excellence. Captain.
Lieutenants, report.
Captain?
Could you give us a few minutes and take us around the site? I've never been here before, and I'm curious to see what goes on.
I'm not sure if we can, Captain.
We are on duty, Captain.
Right, Lieutenant. Let's go. Are you coming with us?
No, thank you. I'd rather stay here. Take in some fresh air.
As you like. In that case, see you later.
All right, so we've been separated for plot purposes. Wilhelm, tell us everything you know. And also, bonus points if he does a Wilhelm scream at some point. I will forgive this quest for being so unnecessarily long if he does a Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm, we need to talk. And don't worry, Captain Kurt will make sure your superior doesn't come this way.
Why are you doing this?
We didn't think you'd say anything as long as she was here.
If you noticed, others will have too. They'll make me pay.
Even more reason to talk. If we have proof, we can take action and close this camp.
Very well. What would you like to know?
Like, once again, like, shouldn't the existence of this camp and the knowledge of the existence would raise some questions? All right, what's really going on here?
What's really going on here? We know that Raina didn't die in an accident.
This is supposed to be a training camp for the Guard's elite. Only the most talented recruits are allowed to join. This is an immense honor, an extraordinary chance. That's what we're told every day. But in reality, it's just hell.
Okay, tell me about your training. Do you just repeatedly get punched in the face like those guys over there?
Tell me about the training you undergo here.
It's more torture than anything else. We're constantly beaten and humiliated, and the slightest complaint only leads to more blows. They even push us to police one another, so we don't dare talk. Whatever the orders, we put our heads down, grit our teeth, and obey.
And they call us barbarians. We could never put our own children through this.
I heard them tell you about the specialist training against the natives in hostile environments. But what they teach us would be more useful for assassins.
All right, tell me about Rainer.
As for Rainer, do you know what happened to him?
Yes. One day he just couldn't stand it any longer. He disobeyed orders, he fought back, and people got hurt. That's when things blew up. They summoned him for night training.
What does that entail?
It doesn't have much to do with real training. They call us up for it at the last minute. The weakest serve as punching bags for the others, who are encouraged to beat them. If we refuse, we too become the targets. So we join in and strike. If you're looking to punish Rayna's murderer, you can start with me. We all have his blood on our hands.
Thank you for telling us all of this. You should get back to your comrades.
I hope you can do something. Have this camp closed. Otherwise, I'll soon be as dead as Rayna.
We understand the risk you've taken. We won't let you down.
Okay.
Really? That was truly fascinating.
Captain?
I've seen everything I needed to see. You can leave us.
Yes, Captain.
Shall we go?
Yeah, here, there's just a little too many questions. If this is a secret camp that's off the books, why am I able to just walk around and use my authority? If this is on the books and on the level, why wouldn't the main guards even know what's going on? Oh, we're heading off. Don't mind us.
Kurt, Wilhelm has spoken.
What did he tell you?
He said the recruits go through hell. They are humiliated, spy on each other, get bullied. It's essentially torture. Rayna wouldn't stand for these methods. He rebelled and was summoned for night training.
Are you sure he used that term?
Yes. But he told me it's not really training. That recruits are summoned.
And the others beat them. Sometimes to death. I know.
You know about this kind of training?
Yeah. I thought it was a thing of the past. What a monster. How dare he?
I'm so sorry. I'm lost for words. Tell me, did you learn anything new?
I scouted out the site. There's 2 parts of the barracks we should look at more closely. Rolf's quarters and the basement, which they refused to open for me.
You're full of anger, Sengots. Take a deep breath and think. Then tell us your plan.
Let's wait for nightfall. We'll sneak into the camp unseen, search the barracks, the private quarters, and then the basement.
We might also try to find out where this night training takes place.
Yes. I wouldn't want other young recruits to lose their lives tonight. Especially Wilhelm.
Oh, did we already cut directly to night? Yeah, that's convenient.
Strange. There's no one left in this part of the camp.
Maybe they're in the combat pit behind the barracks. I saw it when I visited the camp. Or they've already left for their night training.
Alright, well, let's go inside.
Let's find Rolf's office. He surely has the key to the basement.
Anything in here? Night training order. All recruits who receive this note are summoned to Soldier Wilhelm's night training. This training is not optional. You are expected at 10 p.m. on the forest trail north of the camp. Should a recruit not attend the training, they will be the subject of the next training. Alright, so we know where Wilhelm is. Captain Rolf, congratulations for the work you have done. You have perfectly fulfilled your mission so far, and several of your ghost recruits have already accessed positions close to the governors, as planned. Major Herman has informed me that you have suffered some casualties, but nothing susceptible of changing our plans. Continue on this path, and we shall be ready to act shortly. Huh.
This letter is disturbing, Kurt. It confirms that several deaths have been disguised in order to keep this camp secret. But it says that the recruits trained here have been assigned to governors from different cities. And yet I'm sure that Constantine knows nothing about these elite units. The conclusion of the letter also confirms that the commander is pleased with what's been going on here.
So Torsten knew.
So it seems. Including about the deaths.
He's gone too far. He dishonors us all. Sieglinder was right.
Alright. We still need to find the keys. Captain Rolf, your recruits have arrived in San Matthias and perfectly fulfill our expectations. I would not have expected anything less from one of the best students. I made sure that the commander knew what a good job he did in your ghost camp. I have no doubt he will know how to reward you. If the recruits we sent to the other cities are just as efficient, you too will be majors soon. Huh. Alright, so we got the keys. I guess let us go downstairs. Everybody, including, like, the recruits and everybody else must have gone to the night training.
This room. What could have happened in here?
I know
Torture.
only too well. Fear, blood, death.
These people have turned this place into a site of suffering. It will take years of work to erase its traces.
Not necessarily. Just some gasoline and some fire. Captain, we have trained the new recruits as instructed. However, some of them seem to have a hard time with the lack of sleep, so they were sent to the Black Room to be toughened up. We suffered a casualty, but the experience was very successful, and even though they came out slightly weakened, they were much more cooperative afterwards.
This document explains a lot. They torture the soldiers to break them. Rayner shows up on this list more than once. He gave them a lot of problems.
Those who resist too much are lynched during night training. Rolf, you'll pay for this.
Kurt, Wilhelm's name was added to tonight's training.
That's the young man who helped us, isn't it? They will probably kill him for it.
We can't let them kill him. We must stop this training immediately.
The risk is that Rolf will ambush us.
If this boy dies because of us, I will never forgive myself.
All right.
I refuse to let these recruits pay for the bastards who manipulate them.
Nope, wrong way.
Spilling blood in vain.
You surprise me once again, Kurt. You're full of compassion for these youngsters.
They're just kids. There has to be a way to reason with them.
We'll do what we can, Kurt. I can't promise anything more.
All right. So we need to go... Do we want to arrest Captain first or save Recruit Wilhelm first? Are they the same quest? They are in fact the same quest. Let us go save Wilhelm from his nightly punishment.
Despite what Wilhelm told me, I wasn't expecting this. He's getting destroyed.
They'll kill him. We can't let them get away with it.
Oh, so...
Stop! We won't let you kill this boy like you killed Rayner.
Soldiers! Do you realize what you're doing?
Captain? But...
You shouldn't be here. This time, you won't get away with it. To arms!
Well, luckily, my charisma is super high.
When my Master of Arms was in the Guard, he always repeated, fight with honor. What honor is there in lynching one of your own when he's defenseless? What honor is there in being forced to kill one another the moment one of you refuses to toe the line?
None. We followed orders. Nothing more.
You've been manipulated. But it's not too late to refuse all of this, to act with honor.
You're right, Captain. It's over, Lieutenant. We will no longer beat our own.
Imbeciles! Traitors!
to my help. And
Oh.
death to the others.
Will you be all right?
I'm wounded,
Have I leveled up
but
too
I'll
much?
survive.
Have I done too many side quests
Eternally
now?
grateful.
Come, Wilhelm. We'll help you get home. We owe you that at least.
I'm counting on you to bring him back to the camp in one piece.
Yes, Captain.
Well then, let's go. We can't let that vermin Rolf escape us.
Excellent. Where is the loot? All 2 of those coins are now mine. But yeah, that was really easy.
Rolf didn't hear the sounds of combat. Surprise is our best ally.
You're right. Let's try to approach discreetly.
Really? I was just planning on running full speed. Just straight on sprinting. Like really pounding the boots to the pavement. So that...
It's blocked. It's blocked.
Okay. Was there like a way... No, there wasn't a way around, but there's another door that goes to the other side. And it is not upstairs. It might be downstairs. Do I need to worry about you? Ah. Alright, we saved our game because this has suddenly become a stealth mission. Is this a nice way around? This might be a nice way around. Yes.
It's blocked.
It's blocked. It is not a nice way around. Does that guy just stand there the whole time? Can I actually sneak directly by him? The answer is no. Okay, let's try that again. I've got an idea. Oh, now he's moving. And now are you going to move, or are you just going to be stuck there? Like, sometimes this game decides it wants to be a stealth game, but it does not want to provide the tools of a stealth game. All right. Don't mind us. Ah, you can see past that. Who would have expected this? See, I wouldn't mind if there weren't, like, any stakes to this. Like, why... If... Oh, now he can't move anymore. Alright. So I will go over here until that turns red so that he moves. Okay, so I'm not necessarily without tools, but Splinter Cell this is not. And these guys moved this time. The other times, they just stood there. Don't mind us, we're just climbing this rock face. I think I should be on easy street from here on in, so I probably should save my game. And now I can...
Nobody saw us. All we have to do is ambush them in the pit.
Excellent. Thank you, Kurt, for providing us.
Rolf, you bastard. How could you be part of this disgrace?
You know that this is how the best soldiers are made. Soldiers, grab your weapons! Death to the traitors!
Oh, so we still kill everybody,
Stop.
or...?
Soldiers, are you really going to obey these scoundrels? Do I need to remind you of the Guard's motto? Where is your honor?
I won't repeat myself, recruits. Execute these traitors!
Soldiers, listen to your captain. You are the victims of these monsters, and we are here to save you. We're doing our best to avoid a fight, to spare your lives.
Well, what do you want us to do? We have orders, and we know what will happen to us if we don't obey.
Enough! To arms! Attack!
Alright, let's try Charisma. Only 75%, but...
Must I remind you what happened to Raina?
And however many others perished to fuel the ambitions of this camp's leader.
Is this what you were promised when you were recruited?
No.
Yes!
No. Honor and glory. We've strayed far from all that. Let's surrender. Anything is better than dying here like dogs.
How dare you! You know what awaits you.
Shut up, you idiots. You're no longer in a position to threaten anyone.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. You've trained cowards.
Their training wasn't finished, Captain, and the speeches were so convincing.
Silence! Where is this second squadron? Should have been here a long time ago.
They're not coming, Rolf.
They surrendered too. It would appear that your training methods aren't very effective.
Now that you no longer have lackeys to send after us, Rolf, you'll have to get your own hands dirty.
I've dreamt of shutting that big mouth of yours up for so long.
Oh, alright. There's... Let us stasis you. Never mind. Why I'm even bothering.
Things are about to get dicey.
How did we arrest him? He's dead. Is this what you're calling arrest? Because it's missing a step. Are we done? Oh, there. Okay, thank you.
Be all right, Kurt.
Yes. Yes. I'll be fine. I'm just glad to know that this camp won't kill anyone else.
What about you, Wilhelm?
Thank you for saving my life. Without you...
I hope you can forget all about this. This is not what the Guard is about.
I don't know if you'll be able to forgive us, Wilhelm.
I've been in your shoes on other nights. You didn't have the choice.
While we wait for this camp to close for good, you'll be under Wilhelm's command. You'll soon receive your transfer orders.
At your orders, Captain. Glad it's you, Wilhelm.
You'll stay here for now. I'll send men I trust to come get you soon.
What do you want us to do?
I'll need backup if I really want to put an end to all of this. We must go see Major Sieglinder in New Serene. I need to tell her what was going on here.
Are you sure she wasn't involved?
Her? Never. She's old school. She already held the commander at a distance because she didn't like the direction the Guard was headed. He would have sacked her, or worse, if she didn't have so much support within the Guard. I should have listened to her.
There's no use brooding over the past. Let's go. We'll go see her immediately.
Oh, all right. We're not even given a choice here. A lot of this quest seems to be just kind of running on auto, which is kind of interesting because the other stuff, like for Vasco, I still had to specifically go from place to place.
We've just returned from a training camp, a secret camp, where elite soldiers are trained through terror, humiliation, and torture.
Don't tell me that.
Yes. One of my recruits died, and he wasn't the only one. It is designed to create a regiment of assassins.
I am sorry, Kurt. I knew something was wrong, but I never would have thought it'd go that far.
We put an end to it all. We had to. But Torsten allowed it, even encouraged it.
I told you that the commander's ambition would end up leading us astray from the ideals of the Guard, and that we would pay the price for it.
Yes. At the time, I told you you were exaggerating. That he had his reasons.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to speak out, Sieglinde, and reveal the commander's project to the governor of the congregation.
If I were as close to him and his family as you are, I would have done so a long time ago.
I know. I feel so stupid for not having understood Torsten's scheme until now.
You've always been a loyal person, Kurt. And too many loyalties are sometimes hard to reconcile. But Torsten betrayed us all. I'm counting on you to make him pay for it.
Believe me, he won't get away with it. Goodbye, Sieglinde.
Goodbye, Kurt. My men and I stand with you.
All right. Next time, we'll figure out how to get out of this barracks. But for now, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have yourselves a good night.